This is a message to all my supporters of this podcast. I'm introducing a new supporters program. You can contribute a small amount as a one-off payment to show your love for this podcast. Thank you in advance for all your contributions. I just wanted to let you know before we start the podcast that I am doing an online podcast course, how to be able to create, get your guests, scale it and monetize it. So please do go to abmpodcastcourse.co.uk and go into the contact us bit. I'm looking for new people to be able to be a podcast creator and really to be able to develop their skills and knowledge into a podcast. So as I said, go to abmpodcastcourse.co.uk and sign up. Thanks. This is the Absolute Business Mindset Podcast. This podcast will give you insight into businesses. I will share my thoughts, ideas, content leaders, experiences from my life, and I hope you'll have a few aha moments on this journey. Today it's Small Business Thursday, and today I'm going to talk about fatigue in business. So one of the things that I wanted to share with you was that it often happens that companies that are started and they might be deemed relatively successful, but the owner ends with fatigue. And it's one of those experiences that if you are uninspired, bored, don't have the drive that you had previously, you could call yourself having fatigue in business. And anything that you do for a long time, so I've been doing this podcast for 3 years now, over 3 years, and there is an element of fatigue that you have of doing the same thing. So for me, in my podcast, I'm able to mix things up. So we had a working from home series. We're now doing Small Business Thursdays. And it keeps variety and keeps me interested in doing this. And I think this is what happens sometimes people in their business. They do the same thing. Often if you're the technician as well as the entrepreneur, and you're doing let's just say you're a baker and you own a bakery and you're doing the baking and the serving, and it's repeated day after day after day, not just the same thing, but actually almost working very hard as well at the same time, you can get a fatigue in business. And I would say this is potentially the biggest drain that you can have on a business is fatigue. And just as if you're exercising, you get fatigued for doing it for a long period of time, you can get that fatigue in business as well. So I would say to people that if you're listening to this and you're thinking, you're dreading Monday, that's another thing, dreading the first day of the week. If you are in that state, you need to be able to change it up. You might need to delegate and employ more people. You might need to change the role that you have in the organization, in the company. You need to do things slightly differently and do things in a different way. And if you do that, you will keep interest up in your business and you will be better as a business owner. Because if you are able to change things up, mix things up, get new people's ideas, it might be new employees, it might be new consultants or coaches or helpers that will help you along the way. If you are able to get that variety of mindset, variety of thought process, you will be able to have a more successful business. Because the worst thing is lots of these companies get into that fatigue stage where they don't want to wake up every morning and smash it and do the best they can for their business. Sometimes fatigue occurs also when you've got a level of living that you're relatively happy with. So your company's ticking over, but it's uninspiring. You're not looking for the next level, or you're not looking to take a step out of the business, and doing it over and over and over again can be incredibly tiresome, boring, and encourage fatigue in your business. So I would say to you, if you're in this, reach out to a coach, a mentor, or change something in your business to give you greater variety in what you're actually doing. So thank you very much for your time. Hopefully you've been helped if you are in that situation. If you do feel that you are fatigued in business and you would like some help, then please do reach out to me, DM me on LinkedIn, and I am here for you to be able to help you through that tricky stage. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate your time. Cheers.